Congratulations and jubilations, full of faith, full of hope and joy. Congratulations and jubilations for the celebrations. It's 100 years been done. We feel contented. We feel so blessed, full of faith, full of hope and joy.
Catherine, it's been a long way, and here you are, finally been sworn in as a lawyer. Why don't you tell us about your story?
Well, I was born and raised in Uganda.
I see the fruits are ripe, so good, sweet and nice. I see the fruits are big. Thank God for all that grace. It is the work of faith. We know the truth of God.
I came to this country 2006 December with you and everyone else. And I made 7 years this December. In Uganda, I went to Namagunga Primary Boarding School, and I joined Mount St. Mary's Namagunga for my secondary school education.
When I see you gay and bright, I can't fail to understand. And I thank the people who brought
I left Essex to join the law program at Makerere, and I was there for about 1.5 years before I came here. And then I came here, and I still wanted to do law, but I found out that the two systems were not compatible, so I had to get a bachelor's degree. Before I could get into law school. So I went to Eastern Connecticut State University for my bachelor's in economics, and I applied to a bunch of schools. Actually, I applied to 10 schools. I went a little crazy with the application process, and I ultimately decided to go to Boston College Law School. And then I graduated law school this past May, and now I'm working at a law firm in Boston.
Congratulations, by the way.
I see the fruits are ripe, some good, sweet and nice. I see the fruits are big, thank God for all that grace. I see the fruits are ripe, sweet and nice. Fruits are big, thank God.
When did you first decide you wanted to become a lawyer?
So I don't know that I have a specific moment that I can point to and say that this is when I decided to become a lawyer. I just know that I was always drawn to certain subjects in school. I loved history, I loved political science, I liked philosophy, economics, commerce. And these are sort of the building blocks of, not really the building blocks because you can still do, biology and still end up in law school. But I guess I saw myself more in sort of a legal career than I did in medical career, like everyone was telling me, I should do. And I think I made the final decision before I applied for the programs. No, actually at S4, because you choose a certain number of subjects which ultimately lead you to the field that you're going to practice in. And after my S4 exams, I decided I was going to do history, economics, literature and divinity, and ultimately I decided I was going to apply for the law program at Makerere. So I think that's when I actually made the solid decision that I wanted to go to law school. By the time I came to the US, I had already had a taste of what a legal career had to offer, because I'd spent about 1.5 years in law school, and for me it was just going to be a natural continuation. There were bumps along the way because I found out that I couldn't just transfer my credits from Makerere to a law program here, because the two systems are just not the same. I found out that I had to get a bachelor's degree. I went to Eastern Connecticut State, like I mentioned earlier, and then I applied to law school.
Do you have any advice for someone trying to become a lawyer?
Yeah, well, first of all, go for it. Especially with immigrants, there's a lot of people that are, nervous about you or anyone getting into a career that is perceived as not being very, easy for immigrants to get into, or you're likely to have more difficulty finding work after. And much as all these are sort of good, the worry comes from a good place. I would say that the biggest thing is to believe in yourself. If you believe you can do it, then you can make it happen. And once you decide to do it, I would say join the clubs at your schools. If you're at an undergraduate school, there's got to be a pre-law society or something of like-minded students. And if there's not, then form one. People will come and join you, because they're people, I guarantee you, they're people who just happen to have the same dreams that you may have. Even if it's 5 students, that's enough resources. You find a professor to advise you, and you find a way to navigate the system and figure out, where do I send applications, how do I get sort of a waiver for the application fees. So it's always nice to just have sort of that group of people that you can turn to every time you doubt yourself in school. And so that would be my biggest advice. Find like-minded people, talk to your parents, have them seek out someone that can talk to you about what you wanted to do, what you want to do. I had that. My dad took me to someone within the Ugandan community that is a lawyer, and I talked to them about their experience. And for me, that was just seeing someone with my background doing it was pretty encouraging. So seek out like-minded people, seek out people that reinforce what you want to do, and go for it.
Thank you for sharing your story with us.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for interviewing me, Claire.
Fruits are ripe, sweet and nice. Fruits are big, thank God for all that praise. We test the work of faith. We know that truth is good. We test the work of love. When I see you gay and bright, I can't fail to understand. And I thank the people who broke the light. It's 100 years people broke.